So I was kind of like prompted to look at some of my old videos. I've been here on YouTube for maybe consistently about 4 years. I'll say about that, right? And when I first started my channel, I was young. I was in my 20s, transitioning into my 30s. It was like late 20s. Had 2 kids. I was a single mom, and I was so feisty. Like my first video that really took off was me sitting in my car just talking about being a single mom in the military because it wasn't online. Like when I joined, I really couldn't find anyone that was talking about it. And now, there are people who are talking about it, but that's where I started. And that is my most successful video. I still receive emails, still receive lots of hits and plays and people who are interested in that because it's always going to be an interesting topic because, is it really doable? That has kind of blossomed, well, really has blossomed into the basis of this channel and where I am now. So now I show you my day-to-day life and that you can be a mom, you can be in the military and still be successful. You don't have to put your dreams on the shelf because you're a mommy. So that is the basis of our entire channel. But in watching some of those old videos, I was like, oh girl, like your graphics, like your lighting, like all of that was like a no-go. Like I'm pretty sure some people clicked out, was like, I'm not finna watch this because sis, I can't, right? And I understand some of them I had to click out. I was like, oh girl, I cannot watch this. So I think I am going to redo some of my older videos. And I want to kind of see my perspective, like then being young in my 20s, being a single mom to now I'm 34, I'm married, I have an additional child. I have 3 children now, but I have a daughter, which kind of sits differently, when you come to a woman and raising your daughter, right? Your boys are like rough and tough and they're going to be good. But that little girl, right? She just like, oh, I need to make sure, right, that you have some stuff in you because I need you to be like a powerful, strong woman, all the things. So today we are going to redo one of my old videos, and it's actually going to be the best thing I did was fail. Like, yeah, it's interesting, right? But I'm going to go ahead and throw in this intro because I always want to welcome the new watchers here on the channel. I want to invite you to come and join the team, join the family, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Yeah, this video is pretty awesome. This channel is pretty awesome. Here we go. But I always want to invite you guys to be part of the crew. So let me hit that intro, right? I always try to tell y'all when it's coming. And then we'll talk about the best thing I did was fail. Hi loves, I'm Renee and welcome to my channel. In this channel, you will find family vlogs, makeup, beauty, hauls, all the things that make me who I am. We have 4 boys and 1 girl, so we definitely have a lot of excitement. And I'm an Army mom. Look at that. So I want to share my world with you, share our family, share our day-to-day, let you know that you could be a mom, you could be a wife, you can be all the things that you want to be, regardless of where you are in your journey counts, and we're going to get there together. So if this is your first time, hey, I'm Renee. Please like and subscribe, join the family. If this is not your first time, thank you so much for sharing our world with us. And guess what? We're going to go ahead, get into this video. Let's go. So I am Renee, right? 34. I've been active duty military for about almost 7 years, about 6.5 years. I'm an NCO, I'm a sergeant, I lead soldiers. And I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm all the things, right? I'm very successful in my job, in getting better in my finances. Like we've been on this journey forever in the last 4 years, like really just trying to become the best person that we possibly can be over here, right? But the best thing that I did in my life, in my entire life, was fail. And the reason I say that, right, that might be super crazy. Like, what do you mean? It's not good to fail. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't. Failing does not feel good. It is something that is humbling though. It knocks you down, right? so you can pick yourself up. So if you have been around on the channel, you know that rock bottom for me was I was in my 20s. I had 2 children. I had just abruptly got out of a relationship, kind of blindsided, but that's all right. You know, it's cool, you know, and I lost everything. You know, the car was in his name. Because I was going to school full time, so that it made sense. Well, I lost the car, you know, lost the house that we were living in because now I can't afford that, and he left. So literally, only thing I wanted to keep was my washer and dryer, and I ended up losing my washer and dryer when I joined the military, which was maybe a year or so later. But my kids and I moved into a 1-bedroom apartment. And I like set the bedroom up for them where it's really nice. They were pretty young to where, you know, it wasn't too impressionable on them. But I want it to be a good space. They probably don't even remember that time period. But I wanted it to be a good space for them in my head, right? So I actually slept on a futon, the hardest. I will never have a futon again. The hardest, most uncomfortable brown $99 futon from Walmart. Like, I see it in the store still and I like cringe, like, oh my gosh. But that was rock bottom for me. I worked at a daycare, right? Because I was in school full time. I was going to be a nurse. I was doing all the things. I was reaching for my goals because I was like building, whatever. So I had to get a job. I had to take care of these kids. I got a job at a daycare, and if you know Renee, I love my kids and I love my nieces and nephews and stuff, but I am not the friend to babysit. I am not if my friends have to call me to watch their kids, they pretty much, you know, have no other thing to do. It's desperate times. They really, really need the help. Not because I'm not willing, but because, you know, Aunt Nay don't like the kids. Aunt Nay love the kids. But Aunt Nay is not the babysitter because I am a sit down, we finna watch this movie and be quiet. You know, some people are like, let the kids run around and have fun and they got energy and they got activities. No, sit down. We're gonna watch this movie and we're gonna chill till your mama come back, okay? And my kids are pretty self-sufficient, so they're used to me and they have their own way about them and things that they do. I'm used to my kids, but you know, ooh, child, I'm not the one. Don't call me. Anyway, I was working at a daycare. Needless to say, it was the worst job I've ever had. It was at a daycare. It was about $8 an hour. And it was overnight, like the late shift. Like I didn't get off till like midnight. Yeah, it was hard. But that was what was available to me, and I had 2 kids. So my kids actually were able to go to the daycare at a discounted price. I still had to pay these people like the majority of my check, but it was discounted. So I did that, and that was rock bottom for me. I know other people's rock bottom looks different, but if y'all know me, that was like the hardest time in my life. And I spent a lot of time in the bathroom crying, like movie theater crying, like girl, like just really, really, really having a problem, having a time. And it wasn't because I was out of this relationship, and it wasn't because, you know, I was working in this place, but because it was rock bottom for me, because it was a place where I was uncomfortable and I never ever wanted to be there again. And I was like 26, I didn't know how to get out of that place. All I could see was the here and now. You know, I wake up every day on this futon. My kids, we're barely making it. I'm working at this place that I hate. You know, it was just a time for just complete like letting go and letting God and giving up everything to him, because I was like, man, I can't get myself out of this. You know, I was kind of thrown in it because in my mind, you know, I had seen a different future, but honestly, what he has for us is totally different and way better, but I'm not even going to go there. That'll be a whole different video. But I could only see my future plans and what I have wrote down and what I was dreaming of. And it was gone. It was completely gone. And I really didn't know how to get out of the place that I was in. I had no real skills. I had never gone to college or had taken classes here or there, but I didn't have a degree. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to get in the medical field and I was reaching for that, but I had to walk away from that goal. You know, everything had kind of shattered that I felt like I was working towards. Now, why was this the best thing for me? Because it showed me, one, where I never, ever, ever want to be. From that moment, I began to not put my hopes and dreams in others. I began to create plans for myself, right? And my dreams and my goals and my aspirations, and putting them into motion with me, right? So before it was, well, you're working, so I'm going to go to school and take care of the house or whatever. And that works for some people, but it has to be an agreement on both sides. It has to be with your spouse, not necessarily with your boyfriend. But I decided to go to school still. I got to a place where I got a better job, and I still went to school after hours or online, but I started to make those adjustments for myself. So regardless who was in and out of my life, I was good to go. And yes, you guys see me and like, oh, well, you're married now and blah, blah, blah. That was like 10 years ago. You know, I had to make the decisions within myself before I ever even thought of, met, could even dream of my husband. I had to start making plans and arrangements for me, to me, by me, right? And that was the only way I was going to guarantee that I would never be there again. And I had relationships after that, and clearly they didn't work out because those aren't the people that I'm married to. But because I started taking actions for myself, you know, and putting my hopes and dreams in my own hands, then things, when those relationships didn't work out and things changed with them, it wasn't rock bottom because I was in my home, right? My name was on a lease. My name was on a car, right? School and work and everything revolved around me and my decisions. So those people were additives, I guess, because they were, you know, who you're dating, but it wasn't as wholehearted as it was before. Now here with my spouse, then yes, that's my spouse. We've committed to one another before God. And yes, it's a different situation, but that took 10 years, you know, for me to get there and for us to figure that out. But in that moment at rock bottom, that decision for me to figure out how I could put my hopes and dreams and goals into my own hands and no longer relying on others for how I was feeling, on how successful I felt I was in life, or the job I would work. Gosh, I can't talk. Or the car I would drive. Everything was based on me and my budget and what I was bringing in and what my schedule was. And those people were additives, right? But they weren't the whole picture, if that makes sense. So after that, right, after deciding that, yes, this is what I'm going to do, I'm going to take care of myself, I'm going to build myself up, I began to scrub the people that were around me, you know, because in failing, right, and being rock bottom and being in a place that you're not proud of, you begin to see who really is truly for you and who is not. Who's not there with genuine efforts and really care about you and love you regardless of your situation. And I began to scrub the people who are around me, and my circle began to change and began to get smaller. And that was okay, because the people who stuck around after that scrub and the people who were added after that scrub are totally different than the people who I had around me prior to. And the people who are around now, or through that 10 period gap from then to now, are people who push me and ask the hard questions and love me in spite of my circumstances. And when I'm, you know, in a bad place, they're there for me. And when I'm good place and have successes, they're there for me as well. They are genuine people who love, support, and push me to be better. They force me out of the box that I love to be in, right? And actually pushed me to be the best Renee that I possibly could be. So in failing, I knew that there was not only a change that needed to be done in me, but there was a change that needed to be done in the people that I associated with, the people that I loved and that I kept around and who were impressionable to myself and my children. So that was something that would never have happened had I not failed. Had I not gone to rock bottom and people began to walk out of my life, or people began to not express their love or their concern the way that I thought they should have, right? My love language. Then I would have never known that scrub needed to happen. And then the third thing, right, about it being the best thing that I could have done was failing, is that I have a testimony to share with other women. There have been so many women who, you look at me, girl, you look at Instagram, you're like, girl, you good, you fine, you making it. Yes, but to pull back the layers and the veil and say, but this is where I started from. This is what I went through. This is how I got here. This is, the things, the pain, the hurt, the trauma that I had to walk through. That is the true testimony. Being able to reach others, people who are in the trenches, that the trench may not look the same as where I've come from. There are a lot of harder, tougher rock bottoms, but the fact that I was able to overcome what I've been through is a testimony to you that you can as well. This life is hard, okay? It's difficult. Child, the struggle is real, but to know and to see people who look like you, right? Who have gone through it, right? Who are on the other side of happiness and success and self-preservation and self-discovery and self-love is what this is about. In watching some of my old videos, I heard myself say, it's hard, but I'm okay with going through this because I know I'll be able to help someone. And I'm not a huge channel, I don't reach the masses, that's the goal one day, but it's just not happening, y'all, for real. Like, let's just be real about it. I'm happy about my 17 views, thank y'all. But I know if I can help one person find happiness and self-love and self-inspiration and discover things about themselves that they might not have known, and to see the true vivid colors of life, right? Then that's what this is about. And I'm truly thankful. I'm thankful for all of you guys out there, and I'm thankful for my struggles. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave y'all with this, right? And it was fun. I think I'm going to do more videos because I feel like my viewpoint is the same. I have been truly focused from that time period of my life. And there's been some, ups and downs and rounds, right? She had to get herself all the way together, coming all the way together. But my message has remain consistent, and I appreciate that about myself. It makes me feel like I know that I'm on the right journey, right path, because when I listened to young Renee 3-4 years ago, she's saying the same thing. It's in a different tone, and it's a little bit more raw, but she's saying the exact same thing as 34-year-old Renee today. So I truly appreciate you guys. Please join the family. Definitely like and subscribe. Also, shameless plug, but honestly not, just because these products are truly helping me, helping my friends, helping others. I look at my Etsy and it's like, you don't got that many views, you don't got that many purchases, because I've been giving the thing away, because I'm like, I just need you to have this, because sis, I see you, and I need you to have this, right? So definitely check out the Etsy page. So there is a guided journey. So there is a guided journal. It is just full of prompts and things to help you dig deeper into who you are and what you want to be, who you aspire to be. It's it definitely is going to help you pinpoint where you are right now currently in your life, and then, choose where you want to go. And then the whole journal is just going to ask you questions, have you just really rediscover yourself. That's a good way of doing it. And then for those of us who we're okay, things are good, but we have a goal in our mind that we haven't been able to reach, or we still searching or, reaching for, there is a 30-day, so it's very specific, 30-day goal planner. So I got the little planner because this needs that planner, okay? But it is every day. There is also a prompt that asks you what your goals are, what's holding you back, and helping you, because we know what our goals are and we know what's holding us back, but sometimes writing it down and looking at it is what is necessary to really get that fire under our butt. And then let's not forget the people who are around us that have been supporting us on our ins and outs. So there are a lot of really great things on that Etsy shop, so definitely check it out. I will link it down below. But honestly, for me, words have healed me. They have. Words have changed who I am. They've changed my perspective of life. They've changed how I go at situations, good, bad, or indifferent. They have changed me. Words have healed me. And in those words, in that healing, I, am making the conscious decision to share that. Share the things that have helped me to become a different, more whole, happy, sane, self-loved person, the best Renee I truly can be. And I'm sharing that with you in the things that I am sharing in my Etsy shop. So definitely check it out, right? Link down below. But other than that, I will see you guys. My daddy didn't call me, so let me call him back. I will check in with you guys in the next video or vlog. Bye.